How's it going?
It's going. It's been like 3 weeks or something like that, or like a month almost.
No, it's been 2 weeks. No,
It's been 3 weeks, I think.
one of those weeks must have been your fault.
Yeah, I had to be. I was in Providence, Rhode Island. And I can't remember what happened the other week. Um,
Yeah, I got shingles, so I
oh
still
man.
have it. It took me out. Mm, Got it on my face, the back of my skull, and my neck, and so I've been trying to deal with it. And what's interesting, at least in my life, anytime I start to maintain a really consistent habit, especially when it comes to like building like physique
Hmm.
or stamina, I always get clobbered with getting sick,
Yeah.
and it destroys a month of my life, and then it takes me forever to try to get back to that habit that I hate doing. It happens every single time, man. It's like someone does not want me to be like at least physically like the best version. I
Yeah.
mean, maybe that someone's called age or something. I don't know.
I don't know if that's just like a universal phenomenon, but it seems like historically, whenever I start to get into like working out or whatever, and I really get going, I'll do the same thing. I'll get hit with like an illness or sickness, and then it'll just take me out for a week, and it's hard to recover back into it because it hasn't
A
really
week.
established itself yet,
This
or
is taking me
longer.
out.
Yeah,
This
weeks.
is taking me out for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because my goal before I could start doing what was it planches is to or even muscle ups is to do 4 sets of 20 push-ups, and I had I started at doing 4 sets of like I think 14. And then last month I had graduated to doing 4 sets of 18 push-ups. So I was like, yo, within the next 3 weeks, I'm gonna finally graduate to 4 sets of 20 push-ups. And I'm doing it on the push-up bars, right? So it's a little bit more stress. Then I get hit with shingles, and I'm sure, and I'll probably try to start lifting weights, not lifting weights, but working out probably this Monday. Hopefully, I'll be like 85% recovered or something. But yeah.
What's uh what's your rest between sets for 4 sets of 20?
Couple minutes.
Okay. Hmm. That's a lot. That's
So
pretty good. Even at
incline,
18, that's really good.
incline is my worst work. Well, doing pull-ups is my worst exercise. Um, and I had graduated to like, if I really push myself, I could do 3 sets of 10, and then my fourth set will probably be like between 4 and 6. On incline bench with dumbbells, like I do incline bench with like 60-pound dumbbells. I usually do 4 sets of 15. Um, my I took like I think it's been 6 weeks since I ran, but I feel like my knees are fully healed now, so I'll probably start running backwards again.
Cool. Yeah, I've got my big 26K tomorrow, but
Didn't you just do a half marathon like 3 weeks ago?
um well, it
Yes.
wasn't 3 weeks ago, it was like a month ago.
Uh,
4 weeks ago then. So but yeah, I mean basically it was right after our last talk, because in the week after that I was in Rhode Island, and then it was like we were off for 2 weeks. I can't remember. There's one week where you couldn't make it, and then you were sick. I don't know. Anyway, or maybe I couldn't make it that week. I don't remember, but
I had a doctor's appointment in
that's
the
what it was.
times.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been three weeks off. Yeah. But yeah, I got that. I'm gonna dog it though. I don't know that I'm in very good shape for it. Like I ran on. I could barely run like I don't remember how many miles I tried to run on Sunday. I mean, I ended up traveling like 10 miles total, but like to do 16 miles is, I don't know. I'm gonna suck. I don't know what's going on. My left leg will start to go like my foot will go numb about 4 miles in, and it's really weird. Um,
Mm, it's
I
not
don't know
good.
what's wrong. Yeah, and I'm getting into like this week sucked. I've gotten like last I want to say it was January. I don't know. So something started happening where I was like getting like I feel like I'd lay down, my heart would go crazy right as I was trying to go to sleep. I went to the doctor. They didn't find Jack, so I just whatever. I was fine all summer, and then now it started up again. Where
Are you
like
taking medication?
no, no,
That happened to me 2 weeks ago. I accidentally overdosed on some medication, and like 40 about 40 minutes after I took the medication, because I couldn't remember if I took it or not. And I'm like, "Ah, I can't. Did I take it? I don't know. All right, I'll just wait 3.5, 4 hours, and I'll just take it. And hopefully, if I already took it, hopefully I won't die from an overdose. Man, I was at my computer, and all of a sudden I just started feeling weird. Like started getting lightheaded. My heart rate started racing. I'm like, I'm gonna die today. So I like slowly walked over to my bedroom, laid on the bed, and just braced myself for cardiac arrest. And that ride took about 20 minutes, and then I started recovering again. But my heart was racing. I'm like, man, I'm about to have a stroke. Damn it. I wish I knew people to educate me on how to take prescription medicine. And yeah, and then like that night I purchased a pill box from Amazon that has like
yeah,
Monday with Monday morning, Monday afternoon, Monday
yeah.
evening, Monday night, because I
Like
can't
grandma
remember.
used to use.
I can't
Yeah,
remember if I take medication. I can't remember. I can literally take medication and within like 15 minutes question if I took the medication.
yeah. No, I know exactly what you mean. I was on antibiotics last time. I was on antibiotics. I had that happen where I took it, and then I'd be like, did I remember? Like I can't remember. I came up with like a. I tried to come up with like a system to remember if I had or not, but I remember what the heck it was.
My system
But
before the pill box was I would take all the doses for the day and just take it out the bottle and put it on the nightstand, and then I could reason with how many pills are left if I took it or not.
yeah, I think I don't think I'm ever gonna go on medication ever again for anything other than if it's
Get
antibiotics for
shingles.
like what. Well, yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah. If
Ain't
it's
no
a
ain't no maybe if you
if
don't
it's like a temporary thing, like take this for 2 weeks or whatever. I don't know what they do for that, but
it's
then
only
it's
10
fine.
days. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's like a short thing like antibiotics, which I'm skeptical of antibiotics too for certain things, unless I know for sure that they've proven it's a bacterial infection. I don't even think I'll take it. Um, but man, I don't know. But I've had insomnia all week too. Like it's not just my heart beating funny. It's like my left side's like just numbish, or my arm hurts, or my face is like it's all on my left side, and this is all what happened.
You got blood work done?
I think I did back when I had this in January, and again nothing. I had a Holter monitor for a week and everything. It's just like I think it's nerve damage or something. So, but I don't know. I probably just need to lose weight and it'll all go away. It could be alcohol related and stomach related too. I don't know. Who knows?
I ordered
It's getting
I
old.
had a I had a craving for an Oreo shake, so I drove to Subway to satisfy my craving, and I sucked it down.
For an Oreo, Subway has Oreo shakes.
I went to Burger King.
Oh, okay. You said
Uh,
Subway. I was like, what? And say Burger King's Oreo shakes are good, but
no, I thought I said I went to satisfy my craving. Okay.
oh, oh, Yeah, maybe you did. Satisfying microwave. I went to, and I heard I went to Subway. I don't know. Anyways,
Yeah, I went to Burger King, and about 40 minutes later, sitting on the couch, my stomach started turning, turning, like squeezing a
hmm
sponge turning. I'm like, oh, so I'm hunched over and I try to walk like 0.25 miles per hour to the bathroom. Have you ever had like diarrhea and a fever at the same time because of something that you ate or drank? This is my first time catching a fever, like flu-like symptoms, and sweating like a Hebrew slave while sitting on the toilet having diarrhea. Like I'm effed up, man.
yeah, yeah, we're getting old. I know. When I was laying in my bed with insomnia the other day, with it, because I'm just like, that's all I'm thinking. Is like, I'm gonna die eventually here soon.
Yeah.
It's gonna lead to a heart attack or something or stroke. I'm so screwed. Like, oh man, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna dog it up, and I'm gonna be pissed off on after tomorrow on how bad I do because I want to. I'm like, I'm gonna do it under three hours this year. There's no way it's gonna be like 3.5 hours at best if I don't like just crap out midway through for some reason.
No, you just need to play some David Goggins during your run.
Yeah, maybe I'll listen to his book again just for that part. They can't hurt me. They can't hurt me. They don't know me.
You
Yeah.
find it. This is me being a hater. I find it fascinating that people can publish books on their life that they don't write themselves.
Well, I mean, if they follow you around and they like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're using them as a like a to like interpret it, I don't really know. I guess if
Uh,
they're writing it for you, but you're giving them all the content and like having a huge, I don't know. Yeah, at least you would
I mean,
assume that.
it's me being a hater, right? Because I'm like,
Of course, people hire
how do
ghostwriters
you?
all the time for things.
Well, I'm like, how do you write about your? How do you publish a book about your life and you're not the one writing it yourself? Like, obviously, I mean, the book was a bestseller, so that's me being hateful.
Yeah.
But
How do
I
you
just
publish a
find it
picture of
less
yourself?
authentic.
How do you write publish a picture of yourself if you're not the one taking it? Mm.
Well, that's not a. I would argue that's not a skill set.
Yeah,
Like, you
well,
wanna,
yeah, but like, right? I mean, yeah, but you don't want it to be boring or like if you're not a writer, but you have an interesting life, you could commission a book and then pay someone to do the writing, and you just provide them with all the material, read it yourself, give
and,
feedback,
and
help
it
them
worked
with
for
correct
him.
things. Yeah,
It was a bestseller. It's just me being hateful.
yeah.
Another hateful moment of David Goggins is like I was listening to.
I thought he did write his own book, but
No, he had someone else. I hope I'm wrong. At least on his audiobook, he had someone um, narrating.
yeah, yeah, which is good because I don't know if you've listened. I've listened to books that have been by professional narrators, and then I've listened to this similar books by the actual author, and it always sucks by the actual author.
Well, my mind, you know this. I told you this a couple times. My mind has a professional narrator.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's like a
It's
white
a
guy or
white
something.
man. It's a white man. When I read books, a white man is reading to me. And everybody thinks that's weird. So that's what I call conditioning. Right? I wish she was like Asian or something. Anyways,
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
um, I haven't looked at my Beach Mobile source code in like it's probably working on 2 months now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still looking at this. Like, I'm not seeing any suggestion about the.
I threw myself under the bus yesterday
Hmm, anyways,
at work.
you did.
Yeah, cause like
Is that throwing yourself under the bus or extreme ownership?
I think it's extreme ownership. But I was prepared to get fired. And I was like, I already recited that morning what I was going to say for the status meeting. And I was like, despite the numerous occasions that my superior has articulated what I need to do in order to uh, resolve the task handed down to me, I've demonstrated that I do not have the technical experience or aptitude to complete this work. And because I value the budget, because I value my superiors that are also held accountable, I'm not the best person for this work. I was preparing to get fired. And like, oh well, have him write an example, and then use that example to do the rest of the work. I'm like, okay. And that's what I've been trying to get him to do without explicitly telling him. But he no, just take the flux capacitor, wire it up to the pancreatic metosphere, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I was okay. And then I don't know, I thought about quiet quitting. But I was like, nah, I don't want to burn any bridges, so I'm just going to be painfully transparent. So at least if there's something that fits my skill set, maybe they could consider me for that again because I'm being honest versus
Was
uh,
it is it that because the task itself isn't evident to you how to solve it, or is it because there's demands being put on you to do it a certain way and you just can't
no,
understand the demands?
the task itself is heavily reliant on a technology or a
Yeah,
framework
yeah, we
that
talked about it.
I just don't have adequate training in. I could I could figure things out, but this is going to it's going to take me forever to figure it out because I would have to read an entire book on the fundamentals just so I can understand how to get it done.
Hmm.
And I don't have that expertise.
Hmm.
No matter how many times you tell me to use a flux capacitor, I'm going to struggle.
Yeah, and that's because these are these like full integration tests or are they like
They might they're quote unquote unit tests, but um, sometimes there's some I/O involved where it reads from a disk from a local file on the machine
hmm,
that I haven't taken the time to stub out or mock out. I don't know the
hmm.
difference between stubs and mocks.
Yeah, I don't know, and the fakes and doubles and there is a difference between all of them. I looked it up once upon a time, but it's like there's one that like returns uh like answers that are replicated, you know. There's ones that return like or try to like act like the actual thing, I mean. And then there's like ones that are like just totally return dummy data and I don't know. Yeah, it's
I've been binge watching videos on watchmaking.
from chess
My
to watchmaking.
my
Wow.
budget went from $1,000 for a nice watch to like $30,000 within like 3 weeks.
He's
I haven't pulled the trigger yet.
I can't I don't wear a watch. I've never worn a watch. Like, I wear like I try to wear a Fitbit for a while or actually I had a Microsoft band back when I did, but it makes like
Oh, I
my
forgot
hand
about
all
that. Did that get deprecated or is that still a thing?
that got shut down. Um, but I don't know, the band was cool for a while, but it like leave my hand all rashy or my arm. I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong.
Mm. Did the Connect get deprecated too?
I
Did they have
think
any games
so.
for Connect?
Yeah. There were games they sold for Connect. It just wasn't. There wasn't many. I think that more stuff that came out of Connect was from the university side of it. Like people would buy the ones and use it for like home projects and things. So
Still have nerve damage. It went from the back of my head and my ear, so now it's like right below my jaw slash neck.
ugh.
My ear would periodically ring throughout the day.
Hmm. Tinnitus or whatever. Yeah.
I'm about to say something racist, Sean. You ready?
Can you?
Yeah. So when I got this shingles, I was so mad at white Europeans for bringing this to the new world, the chicken pox and smallpox and all that stuff. I was just angry, like, why? This is not a natural disease or infection. Yet your ancestors brought this over, killed off all the indigenous people in North America, and now I got to deal with this. So I'm done with
Hmm.
my racist rant.
So chickenpox has been around since like the time of the dinosaurs.
Oh, no. One is, how can they prove that? Did they really do an autopsy on a 60 million year old? I'm almost positive reptiles don't get chickenpox. So what rodent did they perform a test on for them to fabricate that statement?
I don't know. Science man. I'm just reading something about chickenpox.
You ever feel like your professional training of being logical and doing root cause analysis creates a lot of friction with you and your wife, or is your wife logical as well when it comes to going back and forth?
So sorry. um, the former.
Okay, yeah. I feel like it's a gift and a curse.
It's
Like
like
it's easier for me to it's easier for me to develop a hypothesis to isolate what the root cause of an issue may be. But when it comes to like relationships and dealing with people that don't care about facts and they only care about how they feel, it's I'm pretty much like cursed. I had someone tell me a couple of days ago, "Oh, Scott, you're so direct. Like, you need to just be more respectful." I'm like, so lying to people is respectful, or telling them the truth can help them like make changes in their life. Like, if I tell you you're obese, then, well, if you tell a man that they're obese, they can either continue living their lifestyle, or they can say, you know what, I've heard this on more than one occasion. I'm gonna do something about it. Here's my plan: diet, cardio, weight training, and you just do it. Nah, you have other folks that they just want to be lied to their entire life. I'm done venting. So
yeah. There's a
I've vented about white people. I've vented about women. Who else can I attack?
yeah. I don't believe that smallpox was a thing with, but I don't think chickenpox was brought over by Europeans. So
By the
so
Spanish.
yeah. But anyways, like yeah, I had a college professor once who and I can't remember what it was. It's like there's a name for it, but it's a way to like be elegant, but and you're not lying, but you're not lying, but you're not telling the truth. But
Sugarcoating.
so yeah, it's like you do. So it's like he used the example of like you go to somebody's house and they make a tremendous meal, but there's this broccoli and the broccoli is just awful. Um, and they ask you, "Hey, how did you like the? What'd you think? Did you like the broccoli? It was my like," and they're really excited about it. It's like they think that's like the best thing. And you could say, "No, it's awful. I hate it." Like, and that wouldn't be lying. Or you could say, "Well, it's the best broccoli I've had in a long time." If you haven't eaten broccoli in a long time, it's not a lie. It is technically the best because you like, but it's not lying. It's just making someone like, it's choosing your words to keep the spirits of the person up. But yeah,
So, do you know I'm a germaphobe? Like, have I shared that with you?
yeah, I think
All
so.
right. So, in Asian culture, it's totally common slash normal at the dinner table for people to just take their chopsticks and just eat off of it, and then go back and dip into the huge
Hot pot,
bowls or
yeah,
plates,
mud pot, yeah.
and take the chopsticks that they already had in their mouth and put it in the plate that's being shared by everybody, and put it on their plate, and they're just swapping spit, and that's totally normal for them. And so, like, they were like, Scott, do you want something? I'm like, no. Why not? I'm like, I'm not hungry. And I would just not eat anything. Like, it, if I don't get first dibs before they start swapping spit with their chopsticks, like, I won't eat at all. So it's funny.
Yeah,
My
I guess
biggest
it
gripes
depends
with
on the
that culture.
scenario. Like if it's like a really hot thing, like the germs aren't gonna survive probably. If it's like lukewarm or cold, I don't know,
That's what they
maybe.
said about chicken pox.
Chicken pox has survived since the dinosaurs, man. Apparently,
No, I don't think reptiles get chicken pox.
if they do, they're probably not called chicken pox. Oh man,
I'm willing to put money that dinosaurs don't get chicken pox. I'm willing to put money that only the only the only species of animals that get chicken pox are likely to be great apes.
could be, could be.
I'm done venting.
Yep.
If I had a anonymous internet handle and they couldn't trace my IP address, I would strongly consider having like a racist podcast, and I would just be in a silhouette, and I would disguise my voice, and I would just be going in on people for ethnicities.
Or you could turn it into a comedy show, and then you could make millions. Comedy's the one place where like you can get by with a lot, and people will laugh,
Yeah,
and they should because it's like we should be able to have like fun and make fun of our differences and our like idioms and our idiosyncrasies and all that. So
yeah, but sometimes you still have to be of a certain ethnicity in order to get away with it. So
did
like Dave
sorry.
Chappelle is an example of he could tell jokes that white people will have a hard time not getting canceled would tell.
Oh yeah. A lot of it depends on like how he use wordings and stuff, but yeah, I was gonna say Chappelle with with the guy, the blind racist guy.
Yeah,
That was the funniest.
Gibbsby. Uh,
That was the funniest skit.
he
Oh
broke up.
man,
He divorced his wife
that's
because she
why.
was a Negro lover.
Yeah, that was funny. Oh man. Oh
And that was a funny skit.
yeah, he's a funny dude.
I mean, what's funny is there's a little bit of truth to it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Think they're the best dancers, breathing up all the white man's air. big noses, or you said nostrils. So,
Oh man, that's funny.
um, you
But
do
yeah,
anything technology wise?
no, not really. I mean, working stuff, but um, one thing I learned this week, I was surprised that there isn't like a plugin, a really simple ASP.NET Core plugin for like webhook delivery. Um,
There's not.
but no, Microsoft tinkered with webhooks like a few years ago or whatever, but their solution's basically been deprecated, whereas in development hell or whatever. But um, there's other like delivery services and stuff, but it's kind of a hard thing to find if you want to just plug in a webhooks solution. Um, so I don't know. I've been dabbling with the idea that maybe this is something I could build, but um,
I mean, you're just exposing an endpoint for something else to call.
webhooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's so the thing with webhooks is so there's the actual act of um, of subscribing. So like you're registering your webhook.
Hmm.
So there's a database schema to that or whatever. There's also the actual event publishing and recognition of an event, and then the actual delivery of that published event to those subscriptions. So like it's like a light event bus really. Yeah, right. Do you need to
I need a
rest
second.
up, man? Yeah, go ahead.
Hello. I try to stay away from. They offered me Percocet, and I was terrified that I would get hooked on it and start robbing people and start robbing trap houses and start developing relationships with pawn shops, and so I declined.
Oh, so that's oxycodone. So that's an opioid. I get it.
Well,
Yeah,
Percocet,
yeah.
I
I was
declined.
like,
So I'm taking ibuprofen off the what do you call it, over the counter.
yeah,
It helps for like maybe 4 hours.
yeah. I don't know if I guess if I was in the hospital and they administered it, that's one thing. But yeah, taking it on your own, it's a whatever. I know, like I watched uh, this limited series about the guy about Purdue Pharma and OxyContin or Contin whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty scary how they get hooked onto that kind of stuff just from like doctors like, oh, here you go. I don't know. I don't
Well,
trust doctors for most things now. I'm just
what's
like,
interesting is so I was in the emergency room a couple weeks ago, and I was trying to make conversation with the cute nurse, and I was asking her like, telling her I find it fascinating that she can pick a job in which every day or every night she has to see people suffering, and
great. That was probably a great pickup line. Hey, babe, you like to watch people suffer?
a worse pickup line is this happens to me like last weekend is getting to know like a complete stranger like at a bar and then telling her you have shingles and then everything changes and she doesn't want you to sit next to her because she's not educated on what shingles is. I learned that But no, something that I just never really considered. She's like, yeah, we had two people that died last night. They came in, they had overdosed. I'm like, damn, like two, and I'm willing to bet that hospitals probably deal with overdose deaths probably every day.
Yeah, I would bet so with
I
the
just never
whole
considered it.
opioid crisis. Yeah, dude, you see
Uh,
those pictures of like people in
yeah.
like cities in like Philadelphia and stuff where they literally just like
Oh, Kensington, the zombies.
yeah they just kind of like they're hunched over but they're
Hmm.
I don't know how you could do like I, it's just weird like sitting down is one thing but like you're like standing stooped over like that it's just wow man I don't know. Blah.
Do you know any drug addicts?
Do I know any drug addicts?
Or
Um,
let me say it a different way. Do you know any junkies?
Junkies? No, not really. Um,
Yeah, I think I did a good job staying away from people that tend to go down that road.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I know people that will smoke pot a lot and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
uh,
I try to stay away from them too.
yeah, but not anybody who's like addicted to painkillers
Crack.
or like crack or cocaine or like
I mean, down the
anything
street, there's
like
a whole
that.
bunch of them. It's kind of annoying. I got approached like 3 weeks ago. Some chick asked me if I was serving. I'm like, this place needs to be cleansed, especially Miami Beach, man. I moved down here thinking this was paradise, and it's just homeless people trying to make the parks their home, and drug addicts.
You
It's
just
rough.
gotta buy an outfit that makes you look like an like a cop. Then they won't come up to you. Like I don't know what
I'm,
would that be like
I'm gonna,
khakis and a black shirt maybe like a
I'm
black
gonna wear
polo and a
um,
khakis.
wear an outfit that makes me look like a doctor, so all the drug dealers approach me.
Just get glasses. Get darkroom glasses. Put a stethoscope around your a stethoscope.
You know, there might be a viable business in just carrying Narcan and just going to Kensington and resuscitating people.
Yeah, I saved your life.
Well,
Here's
never mind. They
the
don't have money to pay you to
yeah
resurrect them.
yeah they'd have to steal it, man. Yeah, no, it's not funny though. Like people like are really like really screwed with that stuff. So, but yeah, good. I guess good for you not taking it. We had some like I think we had oxy for our when our son got his back burned. They gave us some just in case, but he was a young kid, so and
Well,
we didn't really give it to him unless he was really in pain. So
yeah. Well, I had went through withdrawal after I think it was called prednisone or something, and
oh yeah,
like a-
prednisone, yeah, that's a
after I
steroid.
after I finished the bottle, like the next day was just was it the
Didn't they
next
have
day
you?
or 2 days after? It was horrible. I could not stay in my chair for more than 10 minutes.
Didn't they
Like,
have you like wean off of it? Like when I had prednisone once, and it was that you do it in a cycle. So like you do an up cycle, and then you do like you go down. Like
nah,
the pill bottle, like the canister was labeled like here's how much you take, and it was like less and less each day or whatever like that.
nah, not at all. It was
Oh,
like
huh.
take once a day,
Oh, weird.
and like the last maybe 36 hours, like I could not sit and concentrate, man. My body just was always uncomfortable, and
Hmm.
thankfully it lasted an entire day and no longer. I'm like, man, is this what a crackhead feels like when they can't get their fix?
Yeah,
So,
it must be. Yeah, but I remember when I was on prednisone, I felt like the world was like this is how people feel like normal. Like I'm like this is so great. This is the best feeling ever. Like I just remember feeling like and my skin was clearing up, and I was just like all like It's like I feel great.
I
I was
didn't.
like, I just yeah.
You never got shingles.
Oh yeah, no, no, I haven't gotten shingles. No,
Your
I
wife
heard
never
it's
got it.
bad. No, no.
Mm.
My dad had an allergic reaction to the vaccine though, so he that was troublesome for him. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've had chicken pox, so I know I've
Well, that's the
got it.
thing. I don't
But
remember having chicken pox, but apparently I've had to have chicken pox if I got shingles. So apparently
yeah,
I got chicken pox when I was a baby.
yeah, it must have. They used to have like chicken pox parties. Like people would get chicken pox as kids. They just bring all their kids around and
Yeah,
like everyone get the chicken pox.
it's kind of similar to
The
herpes.
way, yeah, well, yeah, yeah. It stays with you forever, basically. Then, but yeah.
Call them herpes orgies. Just bring everybody together so everybody can burn together.
Ugh, ugh, gross.
It feels weird. Like, knock on wood. Thankfully, I don't get laid enough where it's a serious concern. But like, this is something I'm about to say that's really ignorant. I wish I could. Okay, so like chickenpox and shingles is like a form of herpes. You just have different strains of
Yeah,
herpes, right? But I don't like that because my ego says, nah, man, I don't have any type of herpes. F that. I'm Scott Nimrod, right? I'm clean. And so I wish they would stop calling shingles and chickenpox herpes and give it something else.
his bees.
Call it, I don't know, Narada or something, so that it doesn't have a sexually transmitted context to it.
Yeah, yeah,
See,
yeah. That would probably be a you know.
that's one
I
of the
suppose
perks of
that's why they
being
don't call it herpes, like because there are different kinds of herpes, right? But
that's one of the perks of being an incel is you don't have to worry about STDs.
yeah, oh,
Now the politically correct term is STI.
yeah. The I guess that's also the benefit of being in a monogamous relationship. It's basically the same thing. So
Being married and being an incel is the same thing.
yeah, but no. Um, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, back to that tech side of thing. Though I've been like, I don't know. I've got this desire to like try to build something again on the side, but it's like I don't
You're
know. I
like
look
me.
at
You
it
have
like it's like
no desire to write code.
well, I do like I want to write code. I just don't want to write it for nothing. And then like it's like I need to have problems that I need to solve, and I need to be able to like write a library against that. But I don't know. It's a whatever. So, are you giving up on Beach Mobile then? Is it a Dunzo thing, or are you gonna resurrect it one day? Resurrect it using Akka, and then you'll become an Akka expert and demand lots of money.
Um, isn't that stuff? No, I'm mixing conversations. I thought, so when I talked to John A. DeGose in that episode, he was saying how Aka and Orleans were legacy solutions, and that Zio was a more modern, more effective way
Never
of
even
handling
heard
those
it.
scenarios. Zio,
Zio?
Zio's a so ZIO is a Scala framework for accomplishing
Oh,
the same thing.
Orleans has been invested in by Microsoft now. They've made it part of the of .NET proper. So um, there are also
Well,
other actors like Dapper as an actor framework too. Dapper DAPR, not DAPPER. But no, they've upgraded. Or there's Orleans 7. There'll be an Orleans 8. It's part of the .NET. It's part of .NET now. Like it's out of the research project that it was. Um, it's been being maintained. In other words. Um, Akka.net has its own like there's its own has its own like company behind it. So that
Petabridge
yeah, Petabridge. Or I thought it was no,
with Aaron Stannard. I can't remember his last name.
that was particular, but no, they must be
No,
something
it's Petabridge.
Petabridge. Anyways, yeah, so they've got maintainers, so those projects aren't going anywhere. They're whatever. But yeah, I mean, or you could use Elixir in Erlang, which has been around for frickin' forever and has that actor model built into it. So
Uh,
Erlang has, anyways, been around for a
uh,
long ass time.
no interest in programming. But to answer your question, if if I was going to get fired, yeah, if they would have fired me yesterday after me being brutally honest, then I would probably have like launched the solution and try to figure out where I last left off at.
Hmm.
Hence, Beach Mobile. I saw my ex business partner at the beach yesterday. We didn't talk. I don't have a problem with him socially, but
Mm-hmm.
like I'll say what's up to him, but I just realized that we're not compatible when it comes to like working together.
Hmm.
How's a steroid? How does a steroid leave you with withdrawal when we're talking about prednisone?
I don't know how I don't know like what it does, but um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, withdrawal is all about that it replaces some receptor, right? And then when you take it away, your natural one doesn't come back right away, so you need it, right? So that's like what nicotine does. So I don't know, it's probably replacing something with itself, and then your natural stuff needs time to restore. But like I said, that's why when I took prednisone, it was a like literally the package it came with dosages that like weaned you off of it over time. It wasn't like it wasn't like, hey, just stop tomorrow type thing.
What did you take it for?
I had hand, foot, and mouth, which only kids normally get, and it was weird, man.
Hand, foot, and mouth. What does that mean?
It's a like this disease where you get like stuff on your hands and your feet and your mouth. I didn't get any on my mouth, but literally like it was weird, man. I had these like patches on my hands and my feet, like little dots or whatever.
You
I
have
went
herpes on
in
your hands?
no, it was just this very specific thing. But I go into the doctor and she's like, and it was a nurse practitioner, and she's like, yeah, no, adults don't get that. It's probably like a fungal infection here. She gave me this stuff. I'm like, I don't think it's that. So then, like, I went in a couple days later with much more like shit on my hands and my feet. Like, this is not that. I know what a fungal like infection looks like. This is not that. She's like, oh. They gave me prednisone. So here, take this. Like, okay, thank you. But yeah, it was like I mean it cleared up, it never come back. It's just like it's something kids normally get, and it was going around the town at the time. And adults normally don't get it, but apparently I got it.
Like it just makes total sense to me why like the life expectancy like 200 years ago was like 40. Like I think people wanted to die with some of the elements that they get if there's no treatment for it.
Yeah, I mean at
I
least
feel
I
sorry for gazelles and wildebeests and lions. Like they can't go to a pharmacy and get treated.
yeah, and then they've got things hunting them and trying to like eat them.
I was
So
binge watching like videos of alligators taking off baboons' arms. I was binge watching that stuff yesterday.
yeesh. Yeah, it's a
If it's not
nature's a
cartel
cruel world.
videos, it's like National Geographic.
Yeah, it's a cruel world, man. But Glad you're getting better though. I did. Your message was so cryptic though. Like it's like I got conditioned. I can't do it. I'm like,
Uh,
oh, is he living? Is he gonna? Like I said, I wouldn't know. Like if you just stopped one day, I'd be like, okay, he died. I guess I'd have to like look at
yeah, I
okay
don't have any friends, so no one would
for
know.
Miami. I mean, would they? Yeah, yeah. I don't know. So
You would have to check in the paper, the Miami Beach obituary or something to see. Oh, yeah, there goes Scott right there.
yeah,
Damn.
I'm gonna have to get you to fill out a one of these forms, for emergency contacts. So if you stop showing up one day, then I can call and figure out what the hell's up.
Uh, well, you got my phone number,
Yeah,
but I guess I'm not going to answer if I'm dead.
yeah. Or you're ghosting me. That guy.
No, I don't, you haven't pissed me off yet. I ghost a lot of people, but yeah, I don't think we developed a relationship where like you could say something or get too comfortable and it bothers me, and then you just stop hearing from me. I do that with other people though. Like, they could keep it 100. They could keep it 100% with me for like 5 years, 10 years, and they say one thing that I didn't like, I just block them.
Just microdose over the course of the year. It'll wear you down, and yeah. Hmm.
Where is Gambler at? And who is this one observer?
Maybe it is Gambler, and he's
I
just
don't
like, I
think
have
so.
nothing
Gambler,
to, I've got nothing to contribute to the shingles
yeah,
discussion.
but Gambler usually says hi, and then he lets us know that he's
Oh
hopping
yeah.
on the conference call.
Yep.
I don't know why.
I'm at a meeting. Oh damn! It's still dark out, and my kids' bus here, dude. I freaking hate like the change in seasons. I hate when the sun goes away, dude. I
Yeah.
don't know. I try to get up, and I just like I have such a hard time getting up now. It's getting up to like out of bed, I should say, not like getting up. But man, it's just ugh.
It was getting darker earlier. It got dark at like 7:30.
Oh man, it gets dark. So yeah. So you think you're gonna be back into running? You should sign up for this marathon
I'm
in
running
next
backwards.
year. You can run the marathon backwards. I don't think there's any rules against that.
Yeah, there was a French guy that did an entire marathon backwards, which I find it incredible that he didn't trip or fall over anybody.
I wonder if you could like what it would be if you put on a VR headset and then had the camera facing backwards so you could still see backwards, but then like you're running like so you could see in front back behind you, but you know what I'm saying? Like you're running backwards, but you're seeing in front of you if you were going forwards. Anyways.
Kind of like the F-35 Lightning, right?
Maybe.
You know what the F-35 is, right?
Well, it's a fighter jet, right?
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
so their helmet is kind of like augmented reality,
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. But it
where
so it'll show
you
you
can
what's
see
in
through the
front of you.
floor.
Oh,
You know,
really? I didn't know that they did that. Like,
um,
I guess that makes sense. Yeah. If you could like look down and like you get like see where the plane is around you. It'd be
yeah.
pretty neat.
No, when you said that stuff, I thought about, man, I should put on some really thick sunglasses that blind people use and go to a nightclub and use that as an excuse to grope people.
You gotta get the walking stick.
Like, oh, I'm sorry. That'll be a funny skit. Because, I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to get mad at a blind person?
there is a There is a like a TikTok video I watched, I think, or something. It was like one of these short ones. A guy walks around with he wears black rimmed glasses, and he's got a seeing eye dog, but the seeing eye dog's just it's just a stuffed animal. He'll walk with it, all of a sudden people go, there's like, ah. Yeah, I don't know.
How you walk with a stuffed animal?
It's like on a leash. It's like on his fake leash or whatever. It's like a I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, if you think it's been done, probably. But
Tech conception is has a fork in it. It's done. I've
yeah.
been. Have you looked at Bulldog mindset videos lately?
No.
He's having another midlife revelation.
Is he?
Yeah. You look at the last 5 videos he published.
Bulldog mindset.
It's just, I don't know. I say it every single time. It's just how fascinating
Let's see
his
here.
content changed within the last 10 years.
Which
Yeah.
one? For like Forever Alone, dealing with harsh criticism?
No, but you're looking at Bulldog mindset, right?
Yeah.
If you click on videos,
Yep.
and his last 5 videos kind of reflect that he's dealing with something.
I'm not seeing that, but it looks like it's all just like
Unless he deleted the videos within the past hour.
were they shorts or videos?
No, there were videos.
So videos are like I am exactly what you want to become, and I'm still not happy. That one?
Yeah, yeah, so
Oh, okay.
that type of content.
You shouldn't even compare yourself to yourself. Here's why. Yeah. How I
He has
reset
another one.
motivation.
I have no friends.
I thought that
Um,
was a. Is that a actual like? Is that an actual like video or is he?
he's he's having pretty much therapy sessions with himself and broadcasting it to his followers. And
Hmm.
so he's going through some challenging times or situations. And I mean, it's the same thing with me, right? So it's just, I don't know, it's just different.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
So, you going ice fishing anytime soon?
Well, once the ice gets on the lakes, I will be. But I don't know. I usually ice fish in January and February, but I don't know. I might try to go out early this year. We'll see.
I find your hobbies fascinating.
Yeah. Well, the it's only a hobby because my brother-in-law was into it. So I was listening to what was I listening to? Was it the Art of Manliness podcast? They had a guy on there talking about boredom, and there's situational boredom, which is like you're just bored with because you're stuck somewhere and you're like at a train station or whatever, and there's nothing to do, and situational boredom. But then there's existential boredom, which is like I don't really have anything that lights me up or whatever. You know, it's not. It's kind of like borderline depression, but you still think you can get out of it. I think is the
Yeah,
distinction they made.
that's me right now.
Yeah, and he said that one of the things that they said is basically like to kind of get through that. Sometimes you need somebody to show you like a new thing. Like you have to have a mentor to get you over the like because you hear about something. It's like oh I could go do that, but it sounds boring or whatever. Like I don't think I'm gonna. He uses the example of going birding or bird watching. Like somebody is like, oh yeah, let's go bird watching. And it's like sounds super boring. The guy's like, I don't want to. This is gonna suck. It's gonna be boring. It's stupid, whatever.
I,
But if you go out with somebody who knows what they're doing, like and mentors you on it and is excited about it, it's pretty easy to kind of like find value in those types of things. So
I don't know. I would want to volunteer to be a bounty hunter or serve warrants, like the adrenaline rush of kicking down people's doors and mashing their faces onto the floor and tasing them and macing them. Like, I don't know. I need some excitement in my life. I thought a
yeah,
motorcycle was going to give it to me, and it did for like the past year and a half. But
but that's the thing is like you don't like you see it like you think about it, but you don't actually go do it. and that's part of it. It's like we get stuck. We're like, so we, I can't remember what they call it. He called that. It's a kind of despair when you're like looking at, I could be this bounty hunter, and you're like imagining in it, but you don't actually don't do it. And so it's a thing. I don't know. I wonder if you could like contact a bounty hunter thing and be like, can I do a ride along?
I mean, there's going to be legal challenges or legal risks.
They do ride
Like,
alongs with
like
police
Scott,
though,
why
and
did you
that's,
shoot him? That wasn't necessary. I'm like,
well, they
oh, my
don't need
bad,
a,
my
you don't need a
bad.
gun. You can just be there, like just see what they do. Like maybe it's not as exciting and glamorous as you think.
Like, give me a baton, and I'll start beating them. Like, stop resisting, and I just keep beating them.
You want to be a police officer then?
Stop resisting. Stop moving your hands every time I hit you. That's pain. I'm reacting. It's pain. Stop resisting. Start jabbing him.
Jeez.
Got him, boss. He was resisting.
Jeez. Yeah, I don't.
Um, I was deciding if I should throw money at Lockheed Martin or Northrop Grumman based on recent
Oh yeah,
events.
yeah. Which one's going to be more profitable out of
Stuff is a mess, man.
there? I don't know. Figure out which one deals more with Israel.
I need to stop watching that content because it's making me angrier, especially when I'm paying taxes to contribute to the apartheid that they're going through. So you're like, yep, not going there.
Yeah, we're not gonna go there. I'm sure we sit on very opposite sides of the spectrum there for that. So, but
Maybe we could talk offline about it.
yeah, I don't know. I I I don't know though. Actually, the one thing I did think about, because today is like one of these global days of jihad or whatever is what it's supposed to be. They called for it. So, and you living in an Orthodox Jewish community, basically, don't you? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't presume there's going to be any problems here, but you never know. So I'd worry about that kind of stuff.
I'm talking to myself. I don't require a comment from you, but there's such a double standard. It really is.
For what?
And for what certain people of a certain color go through versus other people that are of a different color, and they don't get the same attention. The media is incentivized not to report on the reality, and then when things fall over, when things blow up, once again they're the evil person. And Malcolm X had a quote where he said that if you're not careful, the people being oppressed are going to be made out to be villains, and the ones that are doing the oppressing are going to be the ones that are made out as heroes. And it's just annoying the propaganda and just how biased world powers are, where they will economically sanction. Um, I would argue the borderline genocide of people, and my tax dollars are going towards it, and that part is just really frustrating. So yeah, you don't need to respond. It's just something that the more I consume media, the angrier I get, and the more helpless I feel.
Yeah, there's a pretty simple solution to that though.
I'm not waging jihad.
No, it's stop consuming media. Go out and be a freaking bounty hunter.
and serve the Orthodox neighborhood here. That would be some get back.
You could wear a bulletproof vest, like I think I've watched some other bounty hunters, like they wear police garb, but they're clearly, and it like it makes them look all official, but they're
Oh,
not.
it says like agent of the court or something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
Yeah, I used to watch Tank the Bounty Hunter on YouTube, and so it's a YouTube channel where this dude out of Cleveland, my hometown,
Yeah.
he's kicking in doors and stuff. But he I think he's biased because the majority of the people that he targets, not all of them, but I feel like the shows, the episodes that get aired are like poor white people, like drug addicts, right? And so he's kicking in their doors on the west side of Cleveland, or he's in Akron, sometimes in the state of
Hmm.
Michigan. He targets them.
Well, there's
So
a lot of them.
yeah, I think
There's a lot
I
of
think he's borderline racist. I think he's getting get back. Well, the bounty hunter, like I guess you could reserve the right to pick and choose what which ethnicity you're going to serve the bounty on.
well, yeah. I mean, there might be something to say with like the network picking what they want to air too, but
It's
yeah,
not a network. It's
there's a
produced
lot
by
of.
him.
I
It's
mean,
his YouTube channel.
there's a lot of criminal there's a lot of criminal white people. It's just the way it is. It's underreported, but there's a lot of it. A lot of like there's a lot of like drugs and meth addict type people. It's that miss court dates and stuff. It's sad, but anyways, yeah. So yeah, got a challenge. You got to go out and find a bounty hunter thing and ask to do a ride along. Be like, I want to see this is career day. I want to see if this is a career for me. Like when you were like in high school or whatever, they probably had like, hey,
Mm.
career day, like whatever. Go out and talk to someone from this career or whatever.
When I was learning pickup, I tried. Well, women they ask you what you do. Sometimes I would tell them I'm a bounty hunter. Other times I would tell them I'm a poacher. The poacher one's funnier.
You're old.
Like I'll be
That's
gunning
another.
down rhinos and selling it on the market. Like, really? Like, oh, that's so brutal. I'm like, you get desensitized after a while. Like, I do want to go on the African safari though.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Put it on your list. You 40 yet?
Yeah, I'm 42.
42. Oh man.
Uh, I'm ancient. What are you like? 38, 37?
Yeah, 38. I'll be 39 in February. So as I say, put
Mm.
it on your 40 bucket list. Well, put it on your 45 bucket list.
You're gonna have your midlife crisis very very soon.
Oh no, I see it coming. Like, well, I don't know
You
if
see
I'm
the
living
papers
it
being served
already.
to you.
No, no, I don't know. It's the whole like I don't know. There's just like I don't know. That's why those like Art of Manliness podcasts are kind of helpful. There's a lot of them talk, not a lot of them, but there's a good amount of them that talk about the middle path and like experiences that you hit when
um,
you reach this age. So
I have
I
mine
don't,
every 36 months ever since the age of 30.
yeah, yeah, I'd say it'd probably be about 35. So the problem is that there's no more like answer to anything. Society's you've done everything you're supposed to do for society pretty much at this point. So what the hell do you do now?
Well, I'm still trying to position myself to be an expat. I just need to hold down the job and get enough money. And man, I wish I could invest back in the stock market, but every time I get in, I lose a lot. So I don't know. I feel like I have to finish Beach Mobile and then apply towards something that maybe isn't necessarily the beach, where it can actually sustain income and there's less barriers to entry. Basically, I need to build a product in order to sustain the next 10 years of my life or whenever my clock gets punched.
Have you thought about just like I said, building a different one-off product or a series of smaller ones or something like that? Because
That's what Beach Mobile is. It's a whole bunch of features
no,
dealing with payroll, logistics. A part that wasn't built yet was um, affiliate, whatever you call that, codes and them getting paid. You're talking about something different.
yeah, I'm talking about like building like a single product, like a I don't know, like a text editor or something. Not going to say text editor. I'm just saying like that's a single product, like you could support it over time type of thing, or a game, building a game. Like if you build the right kind of game, could get a could do really well, or it could do really shitty.
I don't have the
There's a lot of
patience to
games.
build a game. Games take like 2, 3 plus years to build. without knowing if it's going to actually do anything in regards to like return on investment.
Yeah. Well, yeah, really good games probably do.
How
Um,
much time have you spent? What's the longest amount of time you spent building a game?
I don't know, not more than a week or two. I don't really like. I've never really completed a full one. Well, I did. I shouldn't say that. I did complete the one for the Xbox way back when, but it was crap. But I think it's like a stair step thing. Like you build a bunch of smaller crappy games and you build up your skill set and you release them.
Sean, you gave me an idea. I just don't have the skill set. It'll be really, really cool if us old farts could have a hobby of buying like nostalgic like Nintendo games, Genesis games, Atari games, and being able to mod it and play it. So, for
Yeah.
example, one of my favorite games was Bad Dudes,
Hmm.
and it would be an interesting hobby to take that Nintendo game, go into the source code, and just make tweaks to it, like
Well, you
colors,
can do
outfit.
that already. You just get the ROMs for them and go and crack them open and work on them. I
I don't
mean,
think it's that straightforward, but okay.
oh, it is. It is. People hack those things and do them all the time. It's you
So,
just get a ROM for the game and then
well,
you
what's
can
a
look at it.
ROM?
It's like a read only. So the ROM is the read only memory portion of it, but they um, ROMs you can download ROMs. There's questionable legality to it. It depends on your owner. There, anyways, but you download it and then you put it into like their programs that'll read it or whatever, and then you can hack away at it and you can set colors and make modifications or whatever, however you want. Repackages ROM and play it. So
So there's YouTube channels on people that play their modded games.
yeah, yeah. And there's speedrunners that'll do things, and then there's like people who will like hook speedrun events into like these kinds of games.
The speed
Um,
run is like beating the Mario game in 5 minutes.
yeah, there's a whole like subculture of speedrunners. So it's like they'll try to it's who can beat this the fastest way. And there's different like modes of that. It's like if I use glitches or if I don't use glitches, then there's different like things. So people hold records. It's like the fastest time to beat Super Mario Brothers or whatever. And people have it down to like, here's the exact sequence, and there's no other possible way to beat this any faster. Like you have to do this exact set of button clicks at the exact time or whatever like that. And they have like computer models where like there's this one in Super Mario where like I don't know if you remember that kind of like when you follow the dungeon and then there's like a gap with a big and like a small or a very small platform and then there's another gap right before. Anyways, you like fall, you jump, you hit the gap, you go over, and then there's like this like brick section, and you come to it, and then there's you got to go up and through the tunnel of the bricks. There's a way to like exactly hit if and only computers can do it apparently, where you can exactly hit this certain spot where you go through the bottom set of bricks, like and then pop out the other
It
side.
sounds familiar.
Yeah, and it'll save you how many seconds, but only computers are capable of actually hitting the exact timing that and positioning that it takes to do that. So, dude, they have all sorts of speed run shit, man. You could look up speed running on Twitch and watch people do it all the time, man. It's but yeah, and there's people building new games for retro systems too. Actually, if you want to build a game that doesn't have the magnificence of a new game, but so the market's a little tighter on it, but you can make a pretty good amount just off of like a really good classic game for a classic system.
I
You
want
just
to
have
see
to
Duck
have the
Hunt.
patience to learn to learn the assembly language and
I
stuff.
want to see Duck Hunt come back out.
Yeah, if you buy a duck hunt like a duck hunt, you have to buy a CRT TV. It doesn't work with
Yeah,
an LCD.
they should be able to fix that.
I don't know how they would. They'd have to like somehow.
They can. So, for example, my remote, when I don't know use it as a wine, there's a cursor on it, that on an LCD tracks the location of the cursor. That's how you can select your different apps on the television, right?
That's yeah, but that's like an infrared thing with like all that. That's not a the technology in the gun it used like a flash of light and then there's a dot and then I believe it took a picture
Right.
of it.
So it's not going to be the same zapper. It'll just be a
Oh yeah,
new
you
zapper
could
that
make
relies on
a
infrared.
modern zapper. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I
I,
suppose.
they need to. I like Duck Hunt. I think I only got to like level 20 or something because I
Did you
don't
ever
think
play
it
the
ever
clay
stopped.
pigeons mode?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't like. There's the one where the ducks like the dog jumps or whatever, but then you can switch to clay pigeon mode too. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, Zapper was such a cool gun. The what do you call it? Is it called haptic feedback of squeezing the
Yeah, the
trigger
click.
and the sound
Yeah,
that it made? Like it. Yeah.
yeah, that was well built. Yeah.
The only issue was it had a cord. It was tethered.
Did you ever play the Super Scope with the Super Scope on the Super? I never did.
No, I know what you're talking about, but no.
Hmm. And I
You
think
ever use a
Genesis
power
had
glove?
one too. No, I heard that was trash though. It
They
was
marketed the hell out of it.
yeah. There was
Uh,
a there was
what's the
a
movie? The Wizard.
well there was another movie a couple years
Knockout. Tyson
ago,
Knockout.
and I think it had Neil Patrick Harris in it maybe, and telling his like story as being a kid and like one of his friends gets the power glove and they're gonna go play Mike. They're gonna go play Mike Tyson or something like that. And it just finds out that it sucks. It just is terrible. So like all of their dreams about this power glove are crushed or whatever. So
Now I'm about to binge watch videos on Nintendo Power Glove.
yeah, but man, like I said, you can. There's a whole subculture of creating games for those classic systems, and some of them do commercially pretty well if you get a following and you market it. And, you know, I don't know how long it takes. Obviously, it takes a long time to. It takes a while to learn the idiosyncrasies because, unlike modern stuff, man, Nintendo there was a lot of limitations to what you could do. I mean, in terms of like people learned how to bend that hardware. It was not like it was not just like, oh, I want to do this and whatever, because you can only support so many colors and sound channels and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah,
I just remember Super Nintendo had 32,000 colors.
yeah.
That's what I remember.
And Genesis, how many did Genesis have? It was only like 700 or something like that. But oh, and Mode 7 apparently. Super Nintendo had Mode 7.
I don't even know what Mode 7 is.
It was, I think it was what was used in Mario Kart to produce like the 3D rotating aspect or whatever, Mode 7. And then they had the Super FX chip, which was used in Star Fox. Um, that was another like vector rendering type thing.
I used to play Star Fox. I like that game. It was very different.
Yeah, yeah, I really liked Star Fox. It's a really fun game. I liked Star Fox on the N64 too. I don't know if you ever played that, but that was a
Yeah,
fun like multiplayer mode.
I thought it was only on N64.
Yeah, yeah, it is. So yeah, but I don't know. They haven't have they released a Star Fox game since then, like a new Star Fox game.
Star Wars, but no.
Let me see. They have like Star Fox 2. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't come out with a modern Star Fox game. I mean, it looks like they've came up with ones for like, oh wait, Star Fox. Oh, they came out with one for that was a rail shooter for, I don't know. Looks like they came out with one for Wii U. But yeah, I don't know why they don't do that. They did come out with like, so my friend was having me play this. He came out a couple weeks ago. Um, you ever play F-Zero?
I like that game.
So they released on the Switch. They released F-Zero 99, and you play F-Zero against 99 other people in the same arena or whatever. So you have like 99 of these cars, and you're like competing, racing against them. It's crazy.
Yeah, maybe I'll start researching it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is coming out, I think next week. I'm gonna get that game.
Oh, for
PS5.
PlayStation? Yeah.
You have a PS5?
No, no, I've got an Xbox One X now, but or Series X or whatever it would be. Um, I bought it because my friend was coming over, and I'm like, I don't want to play on my Xbox One. It's getting laggy and slow. I'll buy the new Xbox Series X. So we played a game called Hollow Knight. Dude, we played like, pretty much a whole day of it, and there's still like areas we just like, oh, we haven't even discovered this area yet. It's like just randomly happened upon some new area that we missed. That was like an early starting area too.
What's Hollow Knight?
Hollow Knight's a platformer, like I guess it's a Metroidvania or
Oh.
type game, but it's you like you platform, but you hack and slash things too. So I don't know, it's really fun. Um,
Did you ever watch the documentary on Netflix about the ET video game?
no, no, I mean I know enough about it, but I don't think I watched that one.
You
It
know,
was an
they
awful
had,
game.
well, the Netflix, there was a urban legend that the game was so awful that they had buried
That
like,
wasn't an urban legend. That actually happened. They buried him.
yeah, yeah, and on the Netflix they actually go to the dump and they find a whole bunch of those games, and the person that wrote the game, he wrote it. I think he said he wrote it in like 2 weeks,
Yeah,
given the deadline or the pressure that he had to coincide with the movie. But yeah, everybody said that that was probably one of the worst games ever.
yeah. What led to like the downfall of the of video games in the home for years until Nintendo brought it back or whatever. So I went. Well, there's a cool book called Console Wars that I listened to. It's mostly about Sega and Sega taking on Nintendo and kind of like the behind the scenes of that kind of thing. But it was a pretty good book. I'd recommend it.
Mm.
It's kind of interesting. That's where I learned about Mode 7. I've never been advertised about Mode 7, but and then Sega had the blast processing or whatever they called it, which was just like it wasn't really anything. It was just a marketing thing to compete with Mode 7. We got blast processing. It's like we process instructions faster in a certain mode.
I remember Sega had, I thought it was called FX, where you plug it in to the slot of your Sega Genesis and you plug the game in on top of that, and it was supposed to increase the bits or the processor.
Oh yeah, the 32-bit adapter that they talk about that a bit in there. Like it was God, what was it called? I can't even remember.
I thought it was called something FX.
No, because they had the disc one that you could plug in, and then they had the 32-bit one. And maybe it was called FX. I don't remember. It might have been.
Uh,
The Sega Dreamcast actually was
I like Dreamcast.
that people still make games for and stuff because it was built on Windows CE, so it's like really hackable. Um,
I used to play this boxing game with Afro Thunder. I like the Dreamcast. I used to play a Star Wars game on there too, online. Dreamcast, I don't understand why Dreamcast failed. I liked it.
it's the
All right.
32X is what it was called.
Same thing.
Yeah, it was so it
You
yeah.
take F and F, and then you add two more bits to it, and it's 32X.
Yeah, the FX chip was the one I was talking about, and then the Saturn was the next
So
gen. But
that was a
it
hexadecimal joke.
yeah, the Saturn
Because F is 15, right?
F is yeah 15 0 through 15. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Yep.
I
Tapping off.
gotta go to
Yep.
work. See
All
ya.
right. See you,
Bye.
man. All right. Have a good one. Bye.
Whoever's observing. See ya. Bye.